Okay, guys, this is another problem from section 5.1, number 30. So we have the system of two linear equations with two variables, x and y, and we are asked to solve it. So we have x plus 5. I'm going to write a little small here, smaller, because this is kind of a little bit juicier than 29. But the ideas are pretty much the same. Here's our first equation. The second equation is x plus 2 over 4 plus 3y plus 2 over 5, and that equals to -3. Okay, so the idea is again the same as the last two problems. We're going to remove all the denominators. So LCD between 5 and 10, of course, is 10. So we multiply the two sides by 10. Also, LCD between 4 and 5 is 20. So in this case, we multiply both sides by 20. And this is again just to remove the fractions, okay? So don't forget, you do have two terms. As you distribute 10 by the first term, 5 goes into 10 two times. Except since you have two terms, make sure you put those two in parentheses with the 2 in front. So that'll be 2 times x plus 6. Also, as you distribute 10 by second term, well, 10, of course, cancel the 10. So that one, you don't need a parenthesis because there's no number in front. It's just going to be your numerator because 10 cancels the 10. So you just get 2y minus 6. And of course, 1 times 10 is 10. Similarly, as you go to second equation, 4 goes into 20. As you distribute 20 by the first term, 4 goes into 25 times. Again, since you have two terms, make sure you put them in parentheses. That will be 5 times x plus 2. Also, as you distribute 20 by second term, 5 goes 24 times. Again, you do have two terms, so make sure you put the 3y plus 2 inside the parentheses, because that 4 again has to be distributed. And -3 times 20, of course, is -60. Our next step is to remove all the parentheses. We do that by distribute property. Of course, 2 times x becomes 2x. 2 times 6 becomes 12. Those two terms stay the same because there is nothing in front to distribute. And then similarly, second equation, 5 times x is 5x. 5 times 2 is 10. Also 4 times 3y. Now you see why we put parentheses, because if you don't put the parentheses, you may forget to distribute the 4 by both numbers. Similarly, 5. So 4 times 3y is 12y. And 4 times 2 becomes 8. And again, all of that equals to -60. So we can see we have two like terms. 2x minus x, of course, add up to be x. The 2y is the only y term. So don't forget, you always want your x and y on the left and the constant on the right hand side. So right now we have 12. As 12 goes on the right, of course, become -12. And 10 minus 12 becomes -2. So that's what your first equation looks like after you remove all the fractions, okay? Similarly here, 5x, actually this is only x term, so that's going to remain as 5x. 12y also is the only y term, so that's going to remain as 12y. And 10 plus 8, which is 18, as you move it over, become -18, and of course -60. So -60 minus 18, which becomes -78, okay? So this is where, so we started with these two equations. Now we're down to these two, which is the correct structure. If you remember from our couple of our previous videos, you want x's under each other, y's under each other, and the constant without the variable on the other side. I'm going to erase this so I can move this two upstairs so we can see if we can decide which variable to eliminate. So now is the time to decide on our elimination, okay? So as you can see, obviously the easiest one probably is going to be x. So because all you got to do is multiply x, this top equation, by -5. So then you add them, you eliminate the x. So I'm going to go ahead and write the top equation again. X plus 2y equals to -2. Also 5x plus 12y equals to -78. So you do have an option of eliminating x or y. Now if you want to eliminate the y, which I wouldn't in this case, I think it's a little nicer to do the x. You just multiply this one by -6, because -6 times 2 become -12, and then you add them. But I'm going to go ahead and eliminate the x myself, but either one will give you the same conclusion. So -5x times x become -5x. As you add it to 5x goes bye-bye or eliminated. -5 times 2y becomes -10y plus 12y, which will add up just to simply 2y. And -5 times -2 becomes +10. 10 plus -78 become -68. Divide both sides by 2. So now we have our y, which is -34. Let me just pause here for a quick second. So there is your y value. Now we still have to find the x. So now, as you know, you have many choices. But I think this baby right here is probably the most the easiest one to go to solve for x, because you have x by itself. That's of course before we multiply by -5. So I'm going to take that equation together with this y value, and then we should be able to solve for x. Okay, so again, you can go to any other equation, they give you the same conclusion, but just as a matter of simplicity, this equation probably the nicest one, which says x plus 2y. Don't forget your y we found to be -34, so we're going to replace the y with this value, -34, and then all that equals to -2. 2 times -34, which I believe is -68. And of course, to solve for x, we're going to add 68 to both sides, or just move it over and change the sign, either way. And I believe that's 62. -2 plus 68. So there's your, oh, sorry, 66, not 62. 68 minus 2, which is 66, okay? And there's your x. So don't forget, we always write the solution as an order pair. So let me go ahead and put that on top. So we're just going to write the solution finally as the order pair. So the solution for this system is, open the braces and then put your order pair. X is 66, and of course y is -34. And there is your solution for this system of 2 linear equations with 2 variables. Anyway, I hope that helps. Thank you.